There used to be a railway here, but challenging times of a previous age led to no passengers, and no passengers leads to no railway. Today we think upon our heritage railways as a stalwart link into our history, something so ingrained in our past and our present that it's entirely impossible to imagine it ever disappearing. Yet today, in the wake of this global pandemic, I stand here to ask for your support. Now, more than ever, all around the world, heritage railways need you. Please help us to make sure that no railway in preservation ends up like this. I'm Lawrie from LMM, and you might remember me from such videos as Lawrie Goes Loco, Chasing Giants, and from when I purchased my own locomotive. Today I sit here on Clare Station, which closed on the 6th of March 1967, a little over 100 years after it was opened by the Great Eastern Railway. And it was one of about 30 stations that the railway built to a standard design. Originally the rails here would have led back to a museum that I'm part of, the East Anglian Railway Museum at Chapel and Waitscombe Station, part of the Stour Valley line. After the railway was removed in 1972, Clare Castle County Park was formed and the station fell into their care. They maintained and looked after the station all the way to 2012, where local council budget cuts meant the station was boarded up. This caused a grave amount of concern within the local population, who all came together and applied to English Heritage for the buildings behind me to be listed. It's a direct result of community action that the buildings are in such good condition, which really does show how much love there is for our heritage railways. These troubled times have hit us all hard. We've been separated from our families, from our loved ones, and from our friends. We've lost so much of the freedom to be able to enjoy our hobbies, and many of us are not at work. And we are now all starting to feel the financial implications. And our heritage railways are really suffering. They depend on you, and not just through ticket sales, for everything that you buy in the shop, everything that you eat in the cafe, and every single penny that you donate. Running a railway is not easy, and it's certainly not cheap. Maintaining locomotives is an exceedingly expensive occupation, and I should know, and my Ruston is tiny. Over the winter of 2019 into 2020, railways all around the world shut down to undertake essential maintenance to be able to provide you with the best possible visitor experience. Come the spring, when they could reopen to rebuild their finances from this period of closure, the worldwide pandemic has prevented this from happening. We have faced many threats in the preservation movement, but nothing threatens the very existence of our heritage railways like this. In fact, some railways face the very real possibility of not being able to reopen. And now, in our darkest hour, lowlifes and vandals attack railway headquarters, undoing thousands of hours of volunteer labour and hurting finances further. So I ask of you, as a fan of heritage railways, a tangible part of the fabric of our shared history, please stand with me and support your local society. Don't let the efforts of these pioneers of preservation go to waste. People who decided that they'd run a railway when the very idea seemed ludicrous. People who decided to rescue locomotives from scrapyards when the company who once used them declared them life expired. People who have given people like you and I so much enjoyment. Almost every single railway around the world is currently asking for help. Many offer a pay it forward scheme. Buy your ticket now, redeem it later when they're running. And many have appeals running. I'll be listing a few in the video description. If yours isn't there, please get in touch and we will list as many as we can. One might think that the larger railways in the UK might be able to survive this easier, but bigger railways means bigger overheads. And whilst several railways have had successful campaigns to raise funds, and to everybody who has donated so far, I thank you. There are many more in dire need of your support. Hit harder still are the small societies where dedicated bands of volunteers fight to try and keep their little bastion of heritage alive. So please, stand with me and support your local society. Or if you want to make a bigger difference, look through social media, look through websites and find a society which is on the brinks of collapse. Your donation could make the difference between future generations being able to enjoy it or them closing their doors forever. And when this is over and we can go back, I urge you, think about volunteering. We need you more than ever. Railways all around the world are crying out for more hands. Become part of the heritage story. I have now been part of the heritage movement for almost 15 years. When I joined the MSLR, I was a painfully shy teenager to whom the idea of doing something like this would have been simply impossible. Being a volunteer has helped me grow as a person and made me the man I am now. I have learned so much, not just about being on the footplate, but enough to make me a better person. I have made many amazing and lifelong friends through the railway. In fact, being part of the railway fraternity is an exceptional experience. It is like a massive extended family where we're all brought together through our love for heritage railways. We don't know what challenges the future is going to bring, but if you've ever thought about volunteering, if you're passionate about railways, don't put it off. Become part of something absolutely amazing. So please share this video and its message far and wide. I'm Lawrie of LMM. Thank you so much for your time, and if you can help, please don't let our heritage railways come to an end.